Hi everybody, hope you're doing marvelously well. So we thought we'd try out a new plugin to us, Spiff. And what is exciting about this is it's a transient designer. Yes, there's lots of transient designers, but this is an EQ specific transient designer. So you can sit there and boost and cut certain frequencies. Wonderful for things like drums, obviously, if you want to enhance the attack and be specific to certain frequencies, but also think about things like vocals where you got excessive lip smacking and excessive T's and D's and stuff like that. And maybe not enough. Maybe somebody has compressed the schnizzle out of the performance and removed any kind of dynamics. You can go in there and exaggerate them. All kinds of possibilities. So let's try it out. So thank you to the good folks at Oeksound. They have also given us 3 copies to give away, so you can enter to win those. I want to have some fun with this. I want to try it in loads of situations. Now, I've got a really random set of drum stuff that I built up here. This is the track Hurricane by Katie Laurel. It's a song that I mixed, and also so did Brad Wood. There's actually a full-blown course with Brad Wood mixing it and myself. So let's check out the drum part in the chorus. There's a combination on this drum print of this. Just a simple repetitive drum beat, and then put those two together and we get. And then I have tuned timpani to follow the chord sequence. Hear it in the track. Perfect candidate for bringing out the transients. If I hear them together like this, okay. It's sounding good, but it's starting to get a little less attack on there. I could go into a transient designer and just try and exaggerate some of the hits. But let's get cleverer. Let's start by using all 3 together, and we're going to bust them. I'm excited to try this. I really am. So now I'm going to grab the Oeksound Spiff. So here it is, ready to go. You can obviously cut and boost. So in this instance, we want to boost. I'm going to go just for the heck of it and grab one of the factory presets. It says add punch to drum bus 2, add drum bus, bring in the room. Oh, I like all of this stuff. Well, I suppose it's just add punch to drum bus. Wow, that's a mid-range punch. Listen to it in the track. Wow, that is a huge difference. Now, if we go to this delta mode here, I like this. So this delta mode allows us to hear what it's adding. Wow. I want to go to the second drum bus setting here, was actually the first one. Go to the delta mode. It's a little prettier to me. That's adding some low lows, push, and also some high mids. So let's cut a bit more of the low mid area and enhance the top. So it's got like 4K. It's got a little bit above that. I'm gonna We're going to add the punch to like 60 and like 5K and pull down about 350. Let's see what that does. Bypass. Okay, so this is teaching me something. So now I'm going to take the timpani print out of that mix, just so I can hear it on just the drum elements and not affect the bass line. So the depth control is pretty strong. So let's try backing it off now. Fantastic. So really, really nice idea. So what I've done now is I've taken the frequencies that I want to use, that I want to give more oomph to, frankly, and I'm backing it off with the depth. Okay, I mean, that couldn't have been quicker, easier, and more idiot-proof. I haven't messed with any fancy settings. I've just gone to their preset, so it's giving, you know, they've set up the desensitivity and the decay time and everything, and the sharpness and all this stuff down here. Mid-side mode, stereo link 50%. Oh, wow. The amount of channel link in the transient detection. At 100% sum, both channels is used to detect the transients, and identical processing is applied to both channels. So stereo image is not altered. At 0%, it's only listening to individual sounds. This is really smart. Great. Huge difference. Absolutely huge. I'm going to bring up the depth a bit more as well. Okay, absolutely fantastic. Really, really great. Now, let's see what else I've got that I could add some exaggeration to. How about our piano print? Let's have a listen. See if we can make that piano a little bit more sparkly and bright and attacky. Because I've always put transient designers on things that may be overly compressed and try to bring some life back into it. But I'm going to copy this Spiff plugin back down. I'm going to see what presets they've got in here. Do they have anything? It says generic. I want ribbon, isolate, attack, more sustain, imaging, master vocal, full reset. Do full reset. You know what? Just try it on our own. Oh. This is going to be great for those incredibly over-compressed sounds that we have to play with. I think my twiddly piano part might be... Let's copy that down. So now the twiddly piano part. Bypassed. In. I mean, on the drums in particular, it's absolute genius. But I'm loving it on that piano as well. This is also can become like an incredible EQ tool, because if I had like a super low kick, I could separate that from my drum bus, have low lows being sub frequencies coming in, and then increase the attack on the drum bus. So I've got the oomph underneath, but I've got the attack coming from the spiff. Really, really smart. Wow, I've already got 3 instances going and it hasn't schnizzled out yet, so... Okay, I'm going to put it everywhere. String part. I think Oeksound already, I think I've done it again. This is really, really cool. This is going to be such a quick and easy way to make, EQ adjustments, because you're listening to, well, look, let's go, for instance, let's find this string part here and have a listen to this. Go into the delta mode. I mean, this is what I'm always trying to do. I'm always trying to EQ certain moments and push them up without generically making other things worse. And, expanders on the SSL have always been really, really good. I find sometimes with bass tones, I get a little carried away getting it so even. And then what happens is you end up losing the front part of the bass guitar. You lose all the attack and it just goes which can be okay. It can be okay to have a Moog style bass sound, but I don't know. I do like the bass sound on this track. I'm not going to mess with it, but okay. What about a vocal? So at the moment we have absolutely nothing on it except for a trim and a de-esser. There's no EQ or compression or anything because it was recorded as a scratch handheld vocal. It was recorded quite aggressively.
Keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane.
It's interesting because it feels very squashed, but then there's some exaggerated transients as the compressor opens and closes. But I don't know, let's pull the spiff down and see what magic we can do on Katie's vocals.
I keep saying.
We'll go to a factory default and see what they've given us. Let's go to vocal. Glottal attack boost. I don't know, let's try it.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game. I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane. Oh.
Oh, wow. It's amazing.
this game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane. Hurricane.
Wow, it's rather good. Rather good. It's very subtle in there, but it's making a difference. Okay. Let's go in and go post 1176 consonant rounding.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game.
So it's just doing cuts.
This game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane. Oh.
So this is the first time we've heard it do some cut stuff, and it's really, really nice. Let's hear what it's getting rid of.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same
Oh,
old same hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane.
it's smoothed it out so beautifully, so beautifully. This could be on every vocal. This is getting crazy. This company have really done some great stuff for vocals. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a high-end boost after this, just on a Waves EQ.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game.
So now there's no that's being destroyed, so I can brighten up the overall vocal. Put it in the track.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game.
Maybe a bit less.
Finding myself inside of the same old same.
It's probably a little much, but wow, I am digging this. Really, really good. Okay, next thing we're going to do is going to run all the way down here to the master. Yes, you guessed it. I'm just going to whack it on the master and see what we can do to bring out the dynamics and the interest. There's some acoustic guitars, there's some movement going on the sides, and I'm wondering what we can do with that. Master. Add dynamics to master. Duck drums to mix, gentle transient rate. Okay, add dynamics to master.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane. Oh, oh, oh. I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane.
Much better.
Oh, oh, oh. I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside of the same old same hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane. Oh, 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 hurricane. Oh, oh, oh. I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself in.
It's interesting because now that I've did the dynamic stuff with the Spiff earlier on the drums, I don't feel like I need as much of it on here. So I'm bringing it down quite dramatically. What I'm thinking could be really, really interesting on this track in particular. We're going to take these acoustics and see if we can give them even more pizzazz on the left and the right, just so it adds some width to the mix. So let's go and grab the Spiff. I want to see if we can exaggerate. See if they've got a preset for that already. It says acoustic pick 2 fingers, add body to funk guitar, add body to guitar plucking, aquarium guitar. What is that? Electric guitar pick attack. Is that more or left? It's a boost. So that's for electric guitar. Let's see what it sounds like on this. That's what I want. So stereo link, I want this to be completely stereo. There you go. So I've taken the stereo link to 0. So now the left and the right are fully independent of each other. There you go. Now I've got some high mid movement on the left and the right. You can hear it in the delta here. Brought the sensitivity, bring the depth up. More depth. It's in a track, because what I'm trying to do is get that width. Let's see what it sounds like.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside.
I mean, it's too exaggerated now, so let's bring the depth down. Bypass it.
I keep finding myself inside the same old hurricane. Hurricane.
Great. Now, I've been led to believe that there's some really advanced features here, so let's go and look at that. You've got resolution, normal, high, ultra. Probably put that on. Stereo bus probably should have gone to ultra. Oversampling, you got it off, or you can higher values result in smoother frequency responses with better accuracy, especially at lower frequencies. That would be really, really good. It says high settings be extremely demanding on CPU, so maybe if you're mastering a track and you want to bring out some of those transients on a master, sounds like a really good idea to me. Phase mode is already set to linear, so it should be really good. Window, sets to between time and efficiency resolution. Short window is a minimum ringing and is great for detecting superfast transient. Medium windows, trade-off between short and long and good generic. So we'll just leave it on medium. Okay. Wow. Really good. Give me a little higher on this.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside the same old hurricane.
I'm having too much fun with this, so I want to put it on everything. Okay, see what we can bring out of this shagadang. My Joy Division guitar part, I should say. Okay. We'll go to a preset just for the heck of it. Oh, that's nice. To add more chunk. There we go. It's really exaggerated. This feels so Brian Eno to me. You know, it feels like you're just selecting certain frequencies. Almost feels like an envelope filter, like so Brian Eno. Can you imagine these tools in Brian Eno's hands in the mid-70s? At any time. Sorry, Brian, at any time. I just mean like his insanely creative mind having access to things like this, 30 or 40 years ago. I'm bringing down the strength of it now. Let's put it in.
I keep saying I can't keep playing this game, but I keep finding myself inside the same old hurricane.
I love this. You could get really, really strategic with this. We've got like 7 or 8 instances of this running now. And it's completely in the box we're mixing here. I feel like you could get quite strategic and how you want these to work, because you get in there and you find parts that you want to exaggerate that play off each other and use similar frequency bands if they happen to be moving at different times, or if things are moving at the same time, you boost maybe some high mids here, some slightly less than high mids here, some mid mids there. You get what I'm saying, and you create different movements. So you could have something moving at about 7K, just some like beginning of the shaker, kind of just a little bit there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then have some guitars, 3, 4, 5. You get where I'm going, and just really keep your ear really super interested. Really, really great idea. And not just brightening the overall sound, but taking the transients and exaggerating them. Really, really great tool. I'm scraping the surface. If you've already used this, give us some ideas how you've been using it. I'm really impressed. Again, Oeksound are a really great company. Everybody I know uses the Soothes. Every professional mixer has it. I know it's not cheap, and no, I don't have any affiliate. I cannot make any money from talking about it. It's just literally because it's a great plugin and it really helps you mix vocals. So wonderful work. I really appreciate it. Have a marvelous time recording and mixing, everybody. Don't forget to enter to win one of 3 copies. Let us know if you've had any of these, you've had any experience using this plugin. And have a marvelous time recording and mixing. We'll see you all again very soon. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.